All good.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Stream B, CSC Season 10 Preseasons. I'm here with my co-caster, Clueless.
What up?
How are you doing, Clueless?
Doing pretty good. Excited to watch this. We're going to be doing Prospect today, and this is going to be Order the Samurai Ronin versus Atlantis Tridents, and we're already straight into it. Oh, all right. Oh, Zach just cleaning Zulu's block there, and Gerbil once again, Tugadeski and Gerbil taking out Ruby Rax right there in mid. Looks like they're going to be taking the bomb under. Down secret. Oh my gosh, we just get all good. No, we just got a bunch of swing kills, and suddenly, just like that, it is Zach against the world 1v3, looking to retrieve the bomb. Gets one. Nice shot on Berserk there. Managed to take him off, but will he manage to catch a little general right here, walking up? Recovers the bomb. Looks like he wants to. Sees the gun. He gets another. He's up. He's clean. He's free to take this plant, and just like that, it becomes very doable for Zach. Up against the op on String Bean here. 1v1.
So Zach here is the only keeper pick for the Atlantis squad from last season. So he's coming in, leading the team. And String Bean, on the other hand, on the other side of this clutch, is the all-star for OS last season.
Yep. Sorry, lost some space there. Got a message I'm responding to. Oh, and nice attempt, but nice dodge of the flash by String Bean.
And there is no time.
No time. That's a rough one there for String Bean to claw back, but really well done by Zach there, managing to pull back a 1v3 to win the round off time there.
That was, first of all, an excellent round by Zach. I think what's crucial there from the T side was being able to get that outside control as well as that ramp push, killing Zulu, who was pushed up into trophy room, and then taking that control. Once that bomb contact was found by the CTs, they actually did a really good job in recovering and going downstairs and being able to salvage the situations, but they didn't play for the bomb, or they didn't play together, which made it very easy for Zach to get those 1v1s. And so hopefully they show a better showing in this round.
Yep, and it looks like we got a classic little lobby crunch going, but they've left outside completely open here. Hopefully String Bean's able to not just get erased as he comes to peek it. But looks like they managed to use those smokes to just successfully walk across. We got CT's finally picking up one gun. Air Gerbil, catching and trying to walk around here in lobby. They're gonna pursue him. They're running him down. Air Gerbil does not get one. Zach getting a kill onto Ruby Rax. It looks like that's them getting down onto the B site. Here come the rotates. Man, it is breakneck pace. Little General taking a stake. I'm gonna shorten that because I don't want to say that every time. All right, and they find Zach. Zach gets one again. Bane of the existing Zulu, and Zach doesn't find Zulu on the repeat. Oh no! And then Tugadeski, String Bean cleans it up. Oh, unfortunate from Zach. Almost managing to secure another round for his team off of a really good ramp peak, but just forgets about Zulu on the dualies. And they managed to trade it out, and CTs take that round back.
That was an excellent round by the CT side. I mean, they only had an opt carryover from the last round, and they kind of had a quote-unquote scuffed, more lower buy. They had MP9s and pistols, but that lobby crunch was able to get at least one person, even though it was quickly traded out, and outside was completely conceded, they were still able to recover the round. I think it was crucial for Air Gerbil to be able to get that kill in lobby when they were trying to recover the guns, because if Air Gerbil got one, at least there, the second person won't be brave enough to regress.
Yeah, and we jump right back into it. It seems like they're trying to do some sort of squeaky rush, but get volley, spray, Berserk gets another. Ooh, a comment taking one back. They're kind of, and they just tap him out with pistols, kind of stuck in a really bad position there. But they don't manage to get down squeaky. What's their move? Oh, Berserk gets a one. Nice little flick there from Berserk. Leaving Steak from Jake Farm stuck in squeaky door, trying to decide what he wants to do. Slowly
no armor.
Walks out. Yeah.
No guns, no. It's a little bit tricky if he's
Oh.
able to get at least a plant.
Oh, will he find him?
Nope.
Oh no. Oh.
Pulling
The
out the knife in
knifey.
that condition.
Yeah, that's a little questionable there. I feel like, especially in those situations, you just want to be holding your, for that exact moment where you could have just pretty much gotten a free plant off of that and a free kill, but it happens to the best of us. We're just gonna move straight in. Another solid round cleaned up by the CTs, managing to stop any sort of aggression out that squeaky door. And the pace has finally slowed down a little bit. We're seeing those classic outside smokes come through. The smoke wall outside. Unfortunate mollies here, managing to really get nothing done, but seems like it's giving them the impression that they managed to slow it down. But String Bean picking up 1, 2. Air Gerbil, he makes it over to Secret. Really good job from him there. And now we got 2 in Secret, 1 in Hut. What are the CTs gonna do? What is their read? What's their response? Oh no, he's got the flank. Akame managing to find the flank to just remove the back of his head a little bit. And now that's thrown a whole wrench into the CT side here. They have so much space to work with. It seems like they're choosing to take it right back up vent and take A. And I don't believe there's any. Akame gets another one. Oh, String Bean. He finds him in a very unfortunate spot with the bomb. And now they're stuck. What looked like a free round. Oh, String Bean gets another. On for the ace. Oh, did that had to have almost hit. That looked like it. I can't tell. No, he was stuck. Okay. Oh no. Disaster has fallen upon the Tridents here, and String Bean cleans it up for the incredible ace round out of him on the op there, just taking out 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3 outside, and oh.
That
Wow.
was too long. I believe the decision making that was required there was a little too long on that T side. They had the A site for quite some time, and Akame was able to even get the kill on Little General, who's peeking again to get more information on A. I really like the idea that the T side had. I think on Nuke, it's incredibly crucial to be able to get that outside control or ramp control, because those extremities can dictate where you want to go. If you have access to either or, you can either go down secret to B or go to A. String Bean here has been holding this angle up onto silos quite often as well. Last round, I believe that if the T sides were a little bit more decisive, they were able to, first of all, cross through secret before all of the smokes faded, but secondly, also just be able to plant on A, at least get the plant down.
Yeah, I think like you said, the decisiveness here, and we're just gonna kind of let this run a bit since it's just kind of in a bad situation on a save. But I think the indecisiveness kind of showing there, especially with the mollies really getting very little blooming done, and it kind of was two wasted mollies that didn't really stop them from running down secret, as well as just walking back towards Squeaky with that bomb, giving the opening for String Bean. I think it becomes a lot harder if they just decide to commit to walking onto the site there, especially since I already had 2 on. But let's just head back into action here. All right, Akame. Oh, he almost manages to clean that one up there. But Berserk gonna take a nice easy spray down. And the bait and switch from the Ronin going to clean up that round nicely with a nice little anti-eco from the Ronin.
The one thing that I do want to keep an eye out for here is the impact that the outside players have on the T side. So what's been common right now is that they've been throwing those red smokes, that wall smoke, in order to be able to cross from red to secret, but they haven't really been able to utilize that really well properly. I think this is what they're going to try to go for again. Like I mentioned, the outside is incredibly important for the T side to be able to control if you can't have the ramp room control. I really like Akame's idea of being a late lurk in the previous gun round, coming from lobby and killing that mini player and opening up that avenue to go back A. But here, they definitely need to use this utility a little bit more effectively.
Yeah, and like you said, it didn't feel like smoke call came in, and they're ready for it now. The just tentativeness outside, Ruby already sitting inside secret. String Bean, they didn't really smoke it properly. String Bean holds the angle, now Steak from Jake Farms just kind of in a stuck situation with a very unfortunate smoke placement. He is completely doomed. I don't see this happening. And with that whiff, I feel like he's pretty much sealed the round. It's just a matter of time. And there it is.
Ooh, amazing flick there by Stringbeat. So one thing that I did want to know, if you look at the minimap there's so many X's outside, but one thing that there was no impactful lurk during that round. I think the lurk was trying to once again play through Squeaky Door. However, not being able to have any utility to compensate or having a very slow outside scaling outside made it really hard for the lurk to activate, and that way once they peeked out of Squeaky, they were just killed instantly, and the outside hit had no potency whatsoever.
Yeah, I think that's just been a theme that we've been seeing as the Tridents here go back to another eco round with a little half buy, but as I go here, just a little bit of hesitancy, especially on those outside. They're really not able to accomplish anything, just kind of stuck isolated, and they wait too long, and Stringbean with that op is just cleaning them off one by one. Here they go. Nice little pop, but just cleaned up with really good utility from Little General there. Zulu with a really nice flash assist, and there comes the smoke. So, yeah, as I'm hoping Ronan manages to clean out this round. I'm really wondering, what do you want to see out of Tridents here as we go into their next round on this one here?
One thing I definitely want to see is how they counteract the op. The op has been a huge problem for them, but they know where the op has been playing early round, and that's outside. And Stringbean has been taking that position on credit card or behind blue box in order to be able to peek up to silo or mushroom or whatever you want to call it. And I think just being able to counteract that off, calling a default style is fine, but you have to spice it up a bit. Maybe an A execute, maybe a quick ramp take with guns. See, look, outside again. That's where the op is. And not being able to counteract this op has been a really huge issue outside.
Yeah, and I think now that they're getting blustered, it looks like those smokes aren't landing as consistently. They're not getting nearly as good at control. Nice take back from Akami, managing to clean out one of the outside guys, but Stringbean waiting for that marshmallow peak that came out again, and we're down into a 2-on-4. I mean, yeah, it's just, I mean, as a guilty as charged, we did this literally against the same team. Stringbean going to take another out, Akame, and Zach left 1v4. And we'll see. I'll hold my thought here as we go to see if he can finish out this clutch once more and get another insane clutch round. He gets one. Nicely done. Nice little controlled spray. But he's in spot, and you can see the CT's already just closing this net. You can see him just slowly on that map, just slowly isolating him. And with that footsteps, it looks like he's doomed to walk right into Zulu here. And there it is.
Yep, once again, an outside hit lost its potency. I think it started with the missed smoke. They wanted to throw that lurk smoke in between red and T side where you can just, pass through without getting peeked. But because of that missed smoke and trying to push it without any utility and knowing what's on the other side, one thing that I do want to give praise to was that CT side adjustment to that missed smoke. They pushed up to red. They didn't respect it, and being able to play so close caused a lot of chaos outside. And I think Steak from Jake Farm needs to be a little bit more impactful if he's going to, wait for his entire team to die outside and go up on top of Marshmallow. I don't think it's really acceptable for him to, go up there when everybody's dying on the yard area itself. So this is a really good change, I think. Being able to hold that lobby, once that contact outside was taken by the CT side, they were able to properly aggress onto lobby. Oh,
yep,
great shot by Zach.
2 openings for the T's. One back, but then Berserk instantly traded out, and now they're in a 4-on-2. They're on the other side of this. They've been stuck on for several rounds. Like you said, I think that variation of just, you can see them dumping on the CT side. They have a smoke and a flash to their name. Ruby going out means that Zulu's just on this flash, and they have plenty of money, but yeah, I think just even that variation of just waiting for them to use all that util. And Chedisky. Chedisky? I can't pronounce that, so I'll apologize to that player if I warp your name 7 different ways this match. But yeah, I think like you said, the variation there of even just waiting for that util to go out just honestly opens up the round. And now we'll see if the CT side continues to do this heavy outside hold, or if they manage to adjust again, or if T's are gonna once again kind of overplay their hand and continue to do something just because it worked.
Yeah, the CT side can honestly just stay to what they're doing. They've been able to take outside control really well, and they've actually been able to hold ramp really well. I like that variation of that A execute or that really quick A hit. I would have loved to see a little bit more utility from that, but it was fine because Akame went crazy, got the double entry there, and was
Yeah.
able to take over that round. And that's one name that I would like to point out in this Trident team is Akame. He's known for his really good aim. He only has 500 hours in the game, only quote unquote. That's a lot of time, but you know,
Quote unquote,
for
yeah.
some people. In Prospect, there's 1,200. Some people in Premier has 5,000. So relatively newer to the game, but has absolutely amazing aim. So I really want to see how he can impact this game.
It seems like they might have been able to. Oh, and Little General is going to clean up the op. I was about to comment that they should have taken one back. Akame getting taken out by String Bean. They've gotten crunched, but now they've opened themselves back up. It seems like they kind of might have cracked a formula there, but Steak from Jake Farm actually getting a good timing on this lurk to just set him up for an instant plant. Without the bombs down, and this round feels doable.
And this is a 2-off retake, so this is going to be really tricky. Oh,
one's already down.
2-on-2 retake here. String Bean decided to drop the op. There was a great kill there by Steak from Jake Farm outside, both outside. So it's a 1-on-1. They know where the information is. They know where they're playing from.
And there we go. There we go. That's, you were talking about the impactful lurk, and I think we just saw, like, whenever the timing is right, like Steak from Jake Farm finally feels like he found the timing with their ramp take there to get around outside and actually get something a little, well, it's not actually, but get a lot more impact out of that round just from being in a much better timing.
Exactly.
And
that's, oh, sorry. And that's,
I ramble, so go ahead, sorry.
no worries. And that's the crucial part, right? Like I mentioned, on Nuke, it's crucial to either get the outside control or the ramp control. There, the T side was able to aggress onto ramp, and the lurk outside was able to actually be effective because they tried to lobby crunch, but Air Gerbil was able to hold that lobby really well and were able to punish that aggression onto lobby. So that's why that lurk became very effective.
Yep, and I like this variation here. They've changed up the smokes. Ruby Rat's gonna get tested. Zach cleans up Ruby Rat, so the smoke's fading. It's reopened up for that op on String Bean, but he misses, and now he's off the angle. General gonna get a nice kill onto Zach, but now they have outside, and the name of the game's changed a bit. Oh, it looks like a leg coming out from String Bean, but Akame, you just called out his name. He decided to show up a bit and take out String Bean, and that really opens up outside for them. Now they have a lot more options going into this latter half of the round. 4-on-3. Let's see if they manage. And there goes another. 1-by-1-by-1. It looks like Ronin just taking these isolated fights and losing.
So Berserk has been a constant A player. They need to know that he's still alive. And Zulu has always been a ramp player. Oh, they got Zulu, and so they know that B is clear because they know Berserk is an A anchor, and Zulu has been anchoring ramp. So now a quick rotate down to B is exactly the call that you should be making. Yeah,
this is really good timing from the T's here to, like you said, to just instantly know off of this previous round play. To just know when exactly the rotates come. Oh, misses the no-scope. Can't quite clean it out with the Deagle either, but Akame, oh, he doesn't catch this. Berserk with the fast push. Throwing a lot of, oh, no, don't get stuck with the util, please. But Air Gerbil manages to clean that up in what it was almost disaster for the Tridents there. Oh, wow.
That was... If I'm allowed to be a little bit harsh, the Steak from Jake Farm never needed to take that fight. That was an incredibly unreliable fight in vents. Trying to no-scope a dropping player with an op is absolutely unnecessary. You could even just held vent from outside of it if they were afraid of the drop. So that was a very risky play, unnecessary to make. Akame threw that molly anticipating that Berserk was behind it, but Berserk beat it and was able to get that. And that was a big economic loss for no reason whatsoever.
Yeah. We got String Bean being aggressive once again outside, just throwing a wrench into the plays. And with that, I think they've made their life a lot harder. It looks like they're going to try to get outside, but he's managed to sneak away. Hiding to fight another day here. Ruby Rex spotted. Oh, unfortunate on that smoke fade. Really good timing. Berserk gets taken out. And that looks like that might be the round, but we're gonna see what they can do on the retake here. 2 on 5. Chajeski. The name. Oh, I'm gonna start laughing every time I try to say it. Tongue-tied. Yeah. Oh no, I'm lost for words on this retake here. Trying to see what they can open.
Oh my goodness.
Lots of whiff shots. Zulu getting one though. Air dribble taking it back. Zulu trying to get a gun, it looked like there, but just not quite able to get to the correct angle.
Great recovery here.
Yeah.
It's a great recovery here by the T side. They were down 7-1 or 7-2 earlier in the round, I believe, or something of that nature, and they're able to bring it back up to a 7-7.5 on the T side of Nuke. That's excellent. I think their adjustments, the way they're holding for the aggression, because CT sides were disrespecting them, and holding for that lobby crunches and also making sure their lurks were a little bit more impactful was really good. And now they have an op on stake, but also an op on string bean. Last time string bean had it op, it was very hard for them to take care of. So let's see what they do here. Seems like they're setting up for an A hit because they have all the lobby presence and the hut molly.
Yeah, but I'm worried about this because it seems like they've already kind of given away their hand here. They've made a lot of noise on this A hit, so it feels like the rotates. We're seeing them kind of start to already come through. Lots of battles going on. I don't know. It looks like they might be calling us off though. But you see Ruby Rax still holding outside, but instantly taken out by Zach, who managed to drop Vent, it looks like.
Yep.
And that opens up a lot, and String Bean goes down. Oh no. Little General cleans up Zach, but they've already lost so much control. The T's could realistically be anywhere.
That was.
It looks like they're going down ramp.
Yep, that was an excellent call by the T side. Once Zach was able to go down vents and aggress onto outside and being able to maneuver, they took all of the attention outside, and pushing ramp was great. And I think Zulu did an amazing job of getting one and pulling back, but still trying to survive as long as possible.
Berserk managing touch, but the CTs pull it back off of what was a really close round. A little bit of chaos going on the map with a lot of frags coming out, but honestly, really nice save there from the T side, especially I want to call out Berserk getting down into single there, managing to prevent any sort of bomb take, and it slowed the T's down enough for Little General to come around and clean up the other half of the push there.
I really think that was really unfortunate for the T side. Zach had so much impact there, taking the outside hold from Ruby Rax, who's been consistently playing either Secret or Garage, getting that kill and getting String Bean, the Opper, who's been mobile throughout the entire map. And the T side not being able to capitalize on that was rather unfortunate because they had all the information. They knew Berserk was the A anchor. They knew Lil General was the one that killed Zach from on top of Hut. So they only had to deal with Zulu. But Zulu did an excellent job of getting that one kill, pulling back, kind of delaying the beat, delaying that ramp take and being able to progress down onto B, giving time for the other players to be able to go down. And one other thing was I wasn't sure why Steak from Jake Farm with the op was inside events. That's not a great event position to hold.
It's definitely not, but we are seeing a fast take right out here from the Ronin coming around. Akame with the dualies, managing to go. Oh, okay. I thought he was going to get a second one there. He gets the one, but sadly doesn't get too much off those dualies. Not able to quite pull back. Zach, where is Zach? He's managed to get down the side fast. Gets two. And now suddenly it's a 2-on-2. It's important to note there is no kit on the side of the CTs, so they do not have a ton of time to work with. And with Chejadeski,
TJ
someone help.
TJ Diskey. Let's go TJ Diskey.
TJ Diskey. Sounds good. Steak gets one. We'll say TJ. We're getting a note from the producer here, but Little General cleans him up instantly. Yes, we're gonna start a podcast apparently on the stream over how to pronounce this player's name. We're gonna shorten it to TJ for now because that is sayable. But yeah, really unfortunate for Akame not being able to get more done with those dualies and stall long enough. And nice pistol round from the T side. Let's see, a little bit of chaos here in ladder room.
The PP Bison coming out.
PP Bison. He's showing it to him. Oh no. They weren't holding
Oh my
for
goodness.
it. Ruby Rax getting two though. And I don't know how clean I gotta be, but there's a lot of jokes we could make, and we'll just leave it at that from that one. Ruby Rax really cleaning up with the Bison, the PP Bison there, doing a really effectual anti-eco off of a little bit of a chaotic lobby crunch.
That was good 2 kills though by the CT side. We considering it was a full save, they bought nothing into the round, and
Yeah.
going out and getting those 2 kills without nobody watching hut. That was a great attempt there. But now the guns are out. Ruby Rack still holding the PP. Let's see
Yep.
how the T side adjusts to the
Oh.
lower weaponry.
Yeah, meaty nade there onto String Beam. Ruby Rack's getting taken a lot of damage there as well, but does manage to out-trade a rifle with the few guys. And
no.
Berserk gets another one with the Mac 10, and suddenly they're down secret. They just lost outside. They do have one. We have one on the C side. We have one CT on the B side here, and Akame with a scout, really in a rough position. And he's trapped now. Can he fight his way out? He cannot. The fast rotate coming down from vent, but the sound seems like it's already tipped them off, and here comes the save call.
They need to save this one. They can't play for this. They have no money. That was the bonus round for the T sides. They needed to win that. And like I previously mentioned, the keys for the T side on Nuke is to either take ramp control, hold for lobby aggression, or take outside control and then hold for lobby aggression. So having that effective lurk as well as being able to control those extremities of the site is incredibly crucial. And that was excellent utility usage by the T side, throwing that outside smoke and throwing that lurk smoke properly in order to be able to cross into red. Oh no, and losing the AUG. That's absolutely horrible for the CT side.
Yeah.
And the T side not being able to take that outside control almost for free. Zach played really close up to getting to Electronic or Africa, but wasn't able to get it more than 1 kill. And Steak from Jake Farm was playing for Big Garage, so not being able to trade there was also incredibly crucial.
Yeah, I think just a little bit of miscommunication on, or at least mispositioning, we'll say, on the angles there to be able to just effectually trade out off of those really, really aggressive angles out by Electronic or Africa, and just sadly makes the round really easy for the T's. Steak from Jake Farm, we're going to see a lot of outside presence, it seems. A little fighting on Squeaky. They throw the smokes, but oh, TJ actually cleaning one up with just the auto pistol. But Berserk might throw a wrench in this again. Air dribble, a little bit of a wide swing. Gets taken out with the molly plus headshot combo. But it looks like the call has been altered here. And with Berserk in the position to walk out, it looks like they're taking this up heaven over to A. Zach, will Berserk find the timing? No. Zach, or my bad, backwards. Zach did find the timing, or Berserk found the timing onto Zach. And that shuts down any sort of nice flank that could come from heaven. Let's see what they want to do here, though. Really good anti-eco by the T side so far.
Great anti-IQ by the T side, I believe. Even though TJ got that first kill through hut onto lobby, what did they instantly do to respond? Boom, attack ramp. Oh, this is... I don't know what's happening here, and I'm not going to really get into it because they're just wandering around at this point.
Yeah,
it's a
oh no,
incredibly poor communication.
They worked their way down, and oh, they need to make sure they hold on to these rifles they managed to recover, though. This would be really important. They can't lose these.
So just to go back to that point there, once TJ got the kill on outside, they aggressed to ramp, and they identified ramp as being a location. I mean, you only need a few utility to be able to take over ramp, and air gerbil really didn't need to take that wide swing because with lesser guns, taking that is very risky, especially with no other control on B. And that was an excellent call. Once you get that extremity, whether that be outside or ramp, you're able to regress and go back to A, which was what Berserk did, and really impactful lurk on into the lobby. So that's the key here.
That's the key. A little bit of a missed molly coming out, but here comes this big wall of smokes. But I'm liking finally to see if they're willing to contest this. Steak at a really aggressive angle. He manages to get one. They don't quite swing it. Zach tries to go for the trade. They get all the info, but none of the kills off of that. And that sends us straight to a 4-on-3.
That was an incredibly unfortunate play by Steak from Jake Farm. I think once you get that 1 kill, and your teammate is not in the best position to be able to trade because there's the smoke right in front of them, and they're also tucked close, right, into red box. So once you get that kill, just pull back. Play the advantage, play the 4v5. You don't have to get over eager and peek into 3 people there and then not having your teammate be able to trade. And once that happens, well, you lose outside, right? Both outside. That's why it's incredibly important to be able to maintain that control outside or ramp. So once you get that kill, pull back, play the advantage, have your teammates still play there. They're an unknown factor. So if they circled around, your teammate would have been able to kill. But having you die outside like that, your teammate is then urged to be able to need to trade. But it's a very poor position against 3 people facing you. So great adaptation there, even though losing the first player there by T-side. And I have to give it to the T-side. They're playing an excellent brand of CS right now, and the CTs have not been able to get one round on this half.
Yeah, I think I want to double up what you said. It was really good. I like the call especially, but yeah, giving up that and just kind of baits Zach into the trade when honest, like you said, I just can't harp on your point enough. I think they were in a really favorable position that they kind of tossed away, and unfortunately just kind of loses the round, especially after Stringbean just goes in and kind of hard entries 2 more people, continuing his fragging dominance in this game.
Wow, 24-8, absolutely insane. 3 KD.
Yeah, 3 KD, 24-8. He is kind of the problem player that they need to figure out a way to deal with. Berserk gets a quick opening. We're seeing Berserk have a lot of impact in this game. A lot of duels. TJ almost getting 2. Akame gets 1 back. Going to be tested here with the triple. He spots another. They know where they are. But on a 2, Steak from J Farm. All right, Steak. Oh no, you can't miss those. Oh, but he gets it back. Ruby runs out of ammo, I think. And he manages to get it back, but now he's kind of an unwinnable situation again. They're back on we gotta save this op. And there it is. He's doing something. I don't know about this one. You're on 12 health, buddy. I'm not sure about this one. I don't think he'll take enough damage for that to matter, but he manages to maybe catch Stringbean there.
He's dead.
Oh no!
He's dead. Oh my goodness, lost the op. I don't know. Oh my goodness.
That's aggravating. I'm a little frustrated off of that one, just for that team.
No, and they force spot, so they're not wanting to go to OT, but oh my, what is this buy? What is this buy? Oh, they're actually able to get 3 rifles out of it.
Yeah, they got rifles. Not bad. But that's just frustrating because Zach could be on a rifle. Zach's been Zach and Akame have been putting in the work for them, and I think having Zach on a rifle, as I say that, he gets 1. Akame gets so much information. Can he get this? He gets 1. Little General taken out. Does he know they already managed to get 1 down in the secret?
I believe so. I think it was. Yep.
It's seen now. Stringbean spotted. Yeah. Oh, but they've altered the play. I think they've altered the play here. Stringbean, can he get up vent? And it looks like now they've altered the play. The CTs need to find a way to rotate into this because now they've opened up the A site off of just taking that outside control. Like you said, Zach's here to find the B completely empty. Oh, bad molly. Air Gerbil might be able to get something done here if he can find a timing to peek out. Air Dribble does. He finds it. There we go. With that, the round becomes doable. Nice no scope from Steak. Zulu gets 1 back, but now it's 2v1. Steak cleans it up, and that is the CTs finally getting around on the board after a really tough half so far for them. Oh, man.
Well, aside from that unfortunate suicide from top of roof, T-roof there, I think this was a great round. I really like how Akami played outside there. He identified the smoke gap that was outside crossing to secret, and he was able to play really close to it. Once they anticipated an aggression, he was able to push out, get that kill on Little General. Even though 1 person went down, Zach was playing downstairs, so being able to kind of give that information in order to be ready, I think that was a great round and great recovery. That molly did cause them the round because they didn't fully molly Heaven, and even after it faded, nobody held it properly, so Air Gerbil was able to get that kill, which started that retake, and I think that was a great round by the CT side. Great recovery.
Yeah, and it looks like we're finally going to see a classic little ramp test here from Steak with the top. He doesn't hit that one, and now he's kind of in a bad position. He needs to get one of these, and he gets a collateral. Akame also getting one that looks like outside. Stringbean does finally take out Steak, but now Zulu's tagged to under 50. He's down at 40 HP, and it's a 4-on-2. Air Gerbil doesn't get that frag in a Little General. We saw him re-peeking ramp, but TJ between Oh, the bomb. They've lost the bomb. Zach's identified it. And they've just mollied themselves off. Oh, no. Little General's going to eat half of his HP to get it. Zach's going to just immediately turn, get the frag, and now the bomb's dropped again. Zulu's stuck in a very unfortunate situation, but he does get one. Man, I think he went for a fresh mag, but picked up another empty gun. And I don't think he's gonna have time here, but I'm expecting a save to come through just to try to keep their economy in a nice spot so they can continue to buy. But really good save from Stake there to hold that ramp.
That was a great one, even though the first few shots were flubbed, but that collateral did make a lot of difference, and that was a great hold, all in all. But one thing that I did want to point out was a really good job by the CT. Once they identified that there were at least 3 or 4 people in trophy room, what did they do? They aggressed on outside, taking away that control and suffocating the map. And being able to suffocate the map in that manner, they were able to get the kill on the outside lurk, which is Ruby Rats. And they're able to get
saves
after time. After time. Yeah, I don't know why that was overzealous, over eager from Zulu, I believe. I mean, if he died after time, now they're kind of low on the economy. They can still buy, so no problems there because they've been on a streak. But the CT side pushing outside once they have that so many contact on red, killing the outside lurk with multiple people. Great job by the CT side.
Yeah, no, I think, like you said, I want to see them get a little bit more convincing on that ramp hold because I don't think that's kind of a miracle shot. That's probably not going to save them every time. But here comes that smoke play like you talked about last time. But he doesn't get it. Akame manages to take one back through the smoke and Berserk with a nice spam. But now they've lost outside. Akame manages to take out String Bean before he can make it, before he can get anywhere sneaky. Zach spotting good info, and he knows that's the bomb. Zach pulling us around back, and now they're kind of stuck in secret with that. Zach's kind of closed the trap on them, and they're stuck. He's going to get aggressive, though. He's worried about this angle. He's got to be careful, and Zulu's going to take him out. But Air Dribble's going to come with a nice trade. Akame's going to clean it up down secret, and the CT's finally stringing some rounds together. This is what we wanted to see from them.
Exactly. I like the idea of the play where Stake pushed to red, but you need to hit that shot. You need to at least get one kill there. It was amazing that Akame was able to get a spam through the smoke, get that kill, and was able to recover the round with a triple kill in that round. With a triple kill that round, and Zach got that bomb control. Really didn't need to have to peek secret. That's the only place that they could be, right? They had the info that people were pushing outside. They have the bomb. You don't need to get too overzealous there. I'm glad that they were able to recover it. Akame was able to have amazing impact that round.
Air Dribble just stopping them. Air Dribble TJ just doing a nice little spam there into the hut and shuts down this big ape play that they wanted to do with the Mac 10s. Stay going down a den. He is having a rough time in this op. This is a, I don't know what the confidence thing. Oh, but Zulu, he's going to get one. Can he get the second? They go one at a time. Akame a little slow on the trade, and suddenly the round kind of looks like it might be possible. It's a tall order. Oh no, oh no.
And look at where the 2 players are. They're out in secret. This is a free plan on A.
Yeah. If they don't realize what's going on, Zulu might be able to get this free plant, but they managed to maybe identify. He's watching. He gets the sneak. Luckily managed to make a good timing there and bring the round back from a free plant from the T side there, but that was a little more costly than it should have been.
Way too costly. Honestly, I feel like that A hit could have worked. They did molly top hut, but they didn't have enough flash just to clear Air Gerbil out of their angle, kind of peeking from heaven to hut, and they still had the back silo player that they needed to deal with, so a little bit more flashes would have done really well. There was no reason for Stake from Jake Farm to push Trophy with a Deagle out. They had no info on lobby. They don't know where the last player is. That was absolutely... They made it more costly than it needed to be. Oh my goodness!
Samurai Ruby gets one, and they managed to somehow get everyone down vent. How did that happen? They ran it down vent. Zulu gets another on ramp from Stake, and that op has just got nothing done on this CT side. And on Nuke of all places, you need that op to have effect. Akame also just, now the shots are just not coming through. And suddenly it's a 3-on-2 for the terrorists. Now it's a 3-on-1. TJ tested, and he's taken out in the back. What was that round?
That was an absolutely atrocious round. I'm so sorry. But that squeaky hold was horrible. They let 5 people, one by one, go down vents, and they saw all 3 people running through the smoke.
Yeah.
They saw 3 people running through the... They watched them run down the vents. There's no proper information. What happened there, what could have happened there was Steak from J Farm could go to ramp much earlier. Steak from J Farm went down to ramp with an op. Once again, wasn't able to get a kill there, but wasn't able to get anyone because they were all already on site.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Oh man, that's the rough one. Zach setting up in a really good position in secret, managed to take out Little General early. Berserk going down for the round. Steak from Jake Farm with the AUG seems to have finally found a way to get himself back on the board with a little bit of presence, getting another kill onto Zulu. And now it's a 5-on-3, and I want to see the CTs nicely round out here. TJ takes out String Bean with that op outside, and now Ruby's stuck over here by Red. No bomb, but nice little Kame on the flank with a nice late peek, and they make a 5-for-0 round.
Oh, I don't know what the T side was doing there either. I mean, they dropped the bomb outside. They weren't able to get that outside control, and like I've been reiterating, I know I sound kind of like a broken record sometimes. That outside control, once that they've reached contact, once the CTs received contact, and Zach had a great kill with dualies out of all weapons. Oh, I'm getting a little bit of lag.
We're having some technical issues. A little bit of lag.
No, that's
okay.
Fine.
We're back. We're good.
Once Zach got that kill outside, and String Bean was on silo, but the smokes actually stopped him from being able to peek down, and it was the T side's own smoke wall. So being able to use that to the advantage, and TJ being able to push lobby, I think Steak from Jake Farm was holding from ramp once again, and getting those 2 kills was great, because
yes,
that's the key, right? For terrorists, if you don't get that outside control, you have to try to get ramp control. If you don't get that, then lobby has to at least be held for an aggression. And TJ Diski's aggression paid off, killing String Bean outside, and the T side absolutely collapsed there without any control ramp, without any control outside. The CTs were able to lock down and suffocate them. Great round by the CTs, and
great round.
Yeah,
going back into this one, there's a big change of pace here from the T side. We see just a lot of just low presence. While I was listening, I kind of spaced a bit, and I didn't note if they were able to throw those outside smokes early to try to make them think that they have something going on. But we're seeing contact now on Ruby Rex, between Ruby Rex and what looks like Berserk, but Little General with the MAC-10. They've done so much work done with these SMGs, taking out Air Dribble, and that's their only ramp player. But a nice early rotate here. Zach gets it back with a really good rotate. Berserk takes another one out. String Bean just going for a really bold plant. Zach going to try to see if he can get the flank. Gets one. Can he find this other T side? He's going to stick it early. No, he does not. Terrorists clean it up, and that is the game off of a really nice, fast, late play from the Ronin.
And honestly, that was a really good game. I think that we were able to learn and take a lot from that game. Both sides, that was a great recovery from Atlantis, I think, on that T side. They were down by quite a lot, and they being able to get that 8-7 half. Unfortunately, they started that second half, that CT side, a little slower once again. So they weren't able to catch up to the terrorists, who had like a substantial lead. They had some really good last rounds, but great job by the terrorists being able to take that ramp control that last round. And I think it was an overall pretty good game. What do you think, Clueless?
Yeah, I think it's pretty good. Like you said, I wanna give Atlantis their due. We did kind of harp on their frustrations on the CT side early on, but I think they finally did figure it out. It was just sadly a little too late on a map that you really want to make sure that you're closing out the CT side, especially early, to prevent that economy from the terrorists just got kind of too big. I think we were seeing like 15K or more on 1 or 2 players on the T side at a certain point, and it just felt like the rounds they win, they weren't able to make their next rounds very easy for themselves, and they had to win several like difficult rounds in a row. And then at that point, it just takes a couple of good rounds for the T's to close out their T side really strong. Like you said, overall really good game. I like the done, and I want to also just congratulate Ronin for a really nice game. We got to see a lot of good looks from them, especially going here into the season.
Yep, and I think that was all for us on B-Stream here. Thank you so much for joining us. If you're watching, hope you learned a little bit and hope you enjoyed the CS. It is cut night for some of these players, so hopefully we can still have a great community and just enjoy our time.
Yep. Don't remind me. I gotta go do some cuts here in a minute, and it's not something I'm looking forward to. So
Well, have a great night, everybody.
have a great night. Thank you.